Hey Taurus, happy August. Thanks for stopping by. If you haven't met before, I'm Madeline, and if you're back again, thanks for coming, Taurus. I'm excited to see what's going on for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising, so let's find out. In the month of August, what sort of guidance and appreciation does Spirit want to give you? What potentials do they want to mention? What pitfalls do we want to sidestep? What do we want to look out for and capitalize upon? Ooh. All right. Okay. All right, Taurus. Good stuff. This is the, okay. Sorry. This is all good. Okay. I'm hearing that you're sorting some things out this month, and when we sort of hash things out or sort things out, you know, that deals with separating the wheat from the chaff, right? And you're going to do a little bit of chaff. It's not a lot. It's a little bit, Taurus. Comparatively, it's not going to be so much to handle. The little bit of an issue I see arises only if you are unwilling to move, which, you know, Taurus, we know you, right? We know you. When you care about something, when you believe in something, when you fucking know something, at least from your own perspective, you stand firm. And it's hard to move a Taurus, even, you know, unstoppable force, immovable object. You don't want to be an immovable object this month. This is sweet and sort of like intense. You might have a water sign coming at you strongly in August, and I mean that in all kinds of ways. But Spirit just said, you know, even the earth, like the rocks, the shore, are eroded little by the sea, by the water. And if you notice the center of your spread, you have the Two of Swords, frozen, right? Firm, unmoving, unwilling to move, unmoved. And crossing you, Ten of Cups. Ultimate love, ultimate comfort, ultimate support. So, Taurus, uncross your swords. Uncross your swords and be open to something that looks different than what even like the, you know, best laid plans, right? And you are a planner, and you make good plans, but you're dealing with a couple different personalities here. And it behooves you, it benefits you this month to uncross your arms, uncross your swords, and be open to receiving love and appreciation and support in a way that feels a little bit different. This is a really beautiful arrival. And it's actually like a pretty beautiful reading. It's time for you to display your talents, Taurus. I feel like you're getting, this is what Spirit is saying, this is how they're putting it, so this is really cool. Spirit is so funny. They will use whatever, you know, the modern parlance, in the parlance of our times, some of you Taurians are going to be shooting your shot this month. And looks pretty good. Looks promising for some of you, as long as you are honest, as long as you're willing to be moved, right? Embrace. You know, we open our arms, we'll close them again, but we'd rather close them around someone, something, than do one of these. You know, this can be its own weird comfort, because it's like, I don't know, I don't want to move, like, or I do know and I don't want to move. And either way, when the degree of love and opportunity, frankly, that is coming at you right now, you want to be a little more open to it. Even the shore, even the earth and the rocks are eroded, eventually ground down by the sea. So again, for some of you, strong water sign energy coming at you, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Always remember that even if the person is not a sun sign, water sign, they could be water dominant. So you might not know that the Aries, you're, you know, being currently stalked by, actually is like, it has Mercury, Moon, Venus, and Scorpio. Just saying, something to think about, because they're really bringing home that water energy. You're still going to work your own brand of Taurus magic this month. Instead of being stubborn, you're a fixed sign, meaning you hold your ground, which is an amazing quality. Like, please, far be it from me to discount that, Taurus, because it's huge and so important. But right now, Spirit wants you to invoke that, tortoise in the hare, tortoise aspect. Slow and steady. Not immovable, but slow and steady. We can make these adjustments and these changes and these upgrades, frankly, at a comfortable, sustainable pace, because that's how you do your best. We have the Five of Wands clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in the position of where you find yourself. You find yourself facing a little bit of competition, facing a little bit of like, oh, hey, whoa, like there's a lot of people out here doing this thing. That's what it is for some of you. Or low-grade conflict, like, chatter among maybe coworkers or people that you have to do certain projects with if you're in school or things like that. There is a subtle, that's what they're saying, there is a subtle but clear difference between being immovable and being unshakable. So you as the Knight of Pentacles this month are not meant to be immovable but unshakable. So when someone throws, a monkey wrench in the works and everything gets held up for a few hours or a few days or longer, if you're, say, working on this project or something like that, that's what I'm kind of just seeing for some people is like, oh my God, what's the hold up? You are not going to cross your arms and be like, well, I can't do my thing until whoever does their thing because yada, yada, yada. That's not working for you this month. It's, okay, what are they doing? Okay, in the meantime, then I'm going to be doing this, and that. This is just a generalization, an example they're giving you. It's also like if, for example, you have a disagreement among you and whomever this is, family, coworkers, whatever, it's a general reading, right, Taurus? You recognize that this is for however many Tauruses tune in. So I'm getting quite a few messages, and you always want to pay attention to the through line of your life and to your own intuition. So for some of you, this is manifesting as like a conflict, and what you don't want to do is stomp out resistance. So for example, if you're a parent or you're an authority figure in this situation, maybe you're the boss and employees are coming at you with complaints or a desire to change something, or you're the parent and your kids are coming at you with this and that. This is not the time to play the Emperor. The Emperor is not present in your reading. Who's present? The Magician, the Knight of Pentacles. Like, you can be unshakable but not immovable. Like, okay, you need me to make this small, like, adaptation to the situation, and then we can get the show on the road? Okay. I'm not going to stomp out whatever it is that you're trying to say or shut you out. Let me hear you out. Hear it out. That's what I'm really hearing, is that even the act of Ten of Cupsing this situation, being like, okay, even, I swear, Taurus, because this is what they're saying, and it's really funny, it makes a lot of sense. They're like, even if on the inside you're like, nope, like, no way that I'm letting you go abroad over the summer, or whatever, like, you know what I mean? That's what they just threw at me. So maybe some of you, it's like this, maybe your child, again, maybe wants to go out of state or abroad or somewhere, and you're just like, no, on the inside. Hear it out. The act of hearing them out, and again, remember how this applies in the through line of your life. Somebody who just wants to do something a little different than we've been doing it or whatever. Entertain the idea. Just entertain it. Doesn't mean you have to move on it. Doesn't mean you have to choose it or say yes or go for it. But I feel like something pretty, like, magical. And by magical, I mean they're referring to the Magician here. The Magician card is about things can turn on a dime. And in a good way, like for the positive, like something can manifest that you've been desiring. You can suddenly see, this is how they're putting it, how the pieces fit together. You know, if you look at this version of the Magician card, he has all four elements floating above his head. Got my swords, got my pentacles, got my cups, got my wands. I'm ready to go. I can do anything with this. With this mix of things, I can create whatever I want. Now you have the Ace of Cups in your past and the Star in your future. Blessings upon blessings. Now, here's the thing about the star. For a Taurus, it's like, I would rather it was the sun, because the sun says, here's how your 5-year plan is going. It's going fantastic. Here's where you'll be in 10, as a matter of fact, and we can see for miles. Whereas the star is follow your faith, follow your feelings, and rather, more than your feelings, your intuition. This is how Spirit is putting it. Rarely do they bring up the chakra system when I'm giving this kind of a reading, but that's what they're referring to, okay? They're saying things that are spoken to you can come through your head one way, but if you allow them to actually sink in, right, and come down all the way through your heart, the heart is the bridge between, there are 7 chakras, right? There's 3 upper chakras, there's 3 lower chakras, and the heart, number 4, is the bridge. So the thoughts must be transmuted. And one of your gifts is transmuting thoughts into action, but don't bypass the heart. That's where the transformation happens. That's where the epiphany happens. Some of you have made a big change in your life, and they're saying that some of you might even feel frustrated because you might be like, oh, I have been opening up, in which case, like, please, sometimes Spirit says these things as affirmation. And if you have been opening up, if you have been receptive, if you have been making adjustments for people, take this as a big nod from the universe saying, cool, then you're ahead of the curve. You've already begun to 10 of Cups, your 2 of Swords situation. You know, it's that thing of sometimes when you just allow something to be, it's easier for it to go away. Like as in, you know, you're sad about something. Some of us want to shove the sad in a bag and throw it out the window and pretend that we're fine. And we've, you know, put pictures up on social media of us like having a great time with our friends. And if the world doesn't know about my broken heart, then, you know, I don't have one and it's fine. And it's like, no. You're going to deal with those feelings at some point, and you'd probably rather deal with them when they're like fresh and just going to wash over you and come in waves than when you've put them in a jar and let them sit and stagnate and mold like and congeal, and then you have to deal with like, not only do I have to still deal with this water, but now it's like gloppy and viscous and like, ooh, it's even harder to get rid. I know, gross, right? But this is what Spirit is talking about. Things are in transition. You're making moves. There's still a little bit of grieving to do when we're following our star, when we're following our faith, because the star, when do they show up? They're always there, but we can only see them at night. So when we're confused or when we don't know like exactly where this is going, but it's looking fucking good and Spirit is asking you to basically stay on the road you're on, that's the star, the North Star. You will orient yourself even if you don't know exactly where you're going. Even if you don't know what the next step is, if you keep following your star, you're going to get to your destination. It's okay to cry over spilled cups, Taurus. But that 5 of Cups is reminding you again, don't cross your arms and keep things out because of what you've lost. Because those 2 cups behind him, wait, that way. Those 2 cups behind him, they're still full. They're still upright. They're still growing something that will nourish him so much more than the little bit that could have fit in those 3 cups. He's got a fucking vineyard behind him, but he might not notice. And if he doesn't pick his head up and look and keep those cups full with fresh water, he might have what he does have going for him wither on the vine. And don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of how truly beautiful things are, really. You feel a little bit of hesitation, but it's only because you're a bit of a perfectionist. And you want things to go exactly right, you know? And again, that's admirable. It's part of why you do good work. But your strength this month lies in your adaptability and your willingness to see how the situation could be a little different if you just, you know, oh, if I step over on this side and look at the problem this way, I can see from another angle that this is what we could try, and things open up. So open up so that new possibilities can open up. you have literally the best, arguably, and very often the most desired choice outcome card. The Lovers. The Lovers can be about love, and for some of you it is. But fundamentally, whether it's about romantic love or familial love, because you have a very love-dominant reading here, it is about a choice. What fits me now? What is being offered to me now? And what fits me now? They're both good choices. With the Lovers, that's the whole point. Like, ooh, this looks really good. Oh, God, but that also looks really good, but I can't have both. Which one am I going to take? You know? Chocolate cake, strawberry sundae. These both look delicious. They're both great. Which one am I going to have? Insert your favorite desserts here, you know. Paris or London, you know what I mean? Like, for some people, love or money. There are more moves on the horizon, more strides, more changes, more heart-opening, life-altering opportunities. And you know, Spirit has talked a couple times now about heart opening and like don't bypass the heart. So I kind of want to give some of you, send a little bit of love for those of you that might be, maybe you have a family member or somebody going through like a heart surgery. I just find it very interesting they're using that exact phrasing. So I'm going to send that love out to you from them. Something beautiful is coming out of your willingness to follow maybe a slightly less conventional path than what you're used to, and to follow it slow and steady and be open to the change that it's bringing. A change has already occurred in the recent past that has been a pretty beautiful blessing and breakthrough for you, Taurus. So what's coming? That was only a prelude to the greater blessing. And it's going to be your choice. I'm very intrigued, Taurus. What's going on? Stories, comments, questions, share them below. Inspire your fellow Taurians if you got something good to report, or get a little catharsis and a little, you know, get a little internet hug if you're like, what the fuck is this? Where's my beautiful choice? I have no idea what you're talking about. I want to hear either way. And thank you for being here, Taurus. I really, really appreciate you, and I do hope that you find this helpful. And if I don't see you sooner than that, Taurus, then I hope I see you in next month's reading. Bye-bye.